So here is KSCP Knightscope. This finishes at $21.40 today. That is up 31.37%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is BBIG Vinco Ventures. This finishes at $3.29 today. That is up 12.67%. So we've been discussing this stock quite a bit the past 2 weeks. It looked like it squeezed. The squeeze was over, or at least I thought the squeeze was over. Really no news to justify this price action today. But social media is still trying to push this, saying the squeeze has not been squeezed just yet. So maybe the squeeze is still on. This did make top 10 on StockTwits today, so we will analyze it today. So I did say in some of the previous shows that I would hold off for right now, wait until BBIG bottoms out to come back in again, and it may have bottomed out here. But let's go ahead and analyze. So first of all, we do have multiple gap downs, a triple gap down. First gap down at 950, second gap down at 750, and third gap down at 585. So those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us eventually this stock should run back up to 585, 750, and 950 to fill those gaps. No idea how long that's going to take. Maybe a couple months, maybe a couple years, but eventually it should happen. And right now, this looks like a possible cup and handle. Top of the cup looks like it's around 550, and bottom of the cup looks like it's around 270. So that is a bullish indicator. That is telling us that this stock may run back up to 550 to complete this cup here. And no confirmation just yet, but this does look like a possible bull flag in the making. So there's another bullish indicator that is telling us this stock may want to break out to the upside here. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is sitting on the support of 330, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 350, 375, 405, 425, 460, 485, 515, 535, 555, 585, $6, 620, 650, 680, and then 705. There is resistance above 705, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 315, 295, 265, 250, 225, 215, 195, 175, 160, 135, and then the low of 120. So right now at this current price, 330, the channels to the upside are pretty wide. So if this continues to run to the upside, expect a significant increase in price action. But to the downside, the channels look pretty normal, so expect a regular amount of price action if this runs to the downside. RSI is currently at 52, pretty average there. So according to the RSI, this current price of 330 is around fair market value. And this did 46 million in volume today, which is way above average. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, so just my opinion, not financial advice. I think this one is pretty straightforward. Everyone says this is going to squeeze. I'm not saying this is going to squeeze, but it does look pretty bullish in the short and long terms. Again, we have a lot of bullish indicators here. Triple gap down, cup and handle, bull flag, all bullish indicators. No bearish indicators, and we have a neutral indicator in the RSI. So the stock does look pretty bullish to me in the short and long terms. In the short term, this may come back up to 555. Longer term, this may come back up to 950. So regardless if the squeezes or not, it looks bullish to me. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, you missed a pretty big run today, but there still is a lot of upside potential. Again, in the short term, this could go back up to 550. That would be about a 60% upside from the current price. So a lot of upside potential there. And longer term, again, this may come back up to 950. So that would be around a 190% upside. So yeah, a lot of upside potential here. So this looks like a pretty good buy to me here at 330. If it pulls back below 330, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. So I would support going long at 330 and lower. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. This did look like it bottomed out at around 265. And again, a lot of bullish indicators, no bearish indicators, a lot of upside potential, not too much downside potential. You should have went short back at 555. Here at 330, I just think it's too late. And there's a lot of social media attention saying this is going to squeeze. Again, not saying it will, but it's possible. So I don't really see a reason to go short here. I would say that would be a high risk, low reward play. I think you missed your shot, and at this point, it's way too dangerous to go short here. Really don't see a reason to do that. So I would not do that, and I would not recommend that, guys. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. This might squeeze, who knows? Hopefully it does. But regardless, looks bullish either way. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is BBIG Vinco Ventures. So here is TSLA Tesla. This finishes at $936 today. That is up 10.68%. So huge day for Tesla. Very nice recovery after this has been bleeding down. Today was much needed. This was trending top 10 on StockTwits today, so we'll analyze it once again. There were a few reasons as to why the stock went up so much today. One of them being the NASDAQ going up over 3% today. So huge day for tech. Tesla is included in that. And we also had a price upgrade from Credit Suisse. So let's check it out. So Credit Suisse upgrades their price target to 1,025. So it looks like apes buying the dip, institutions buying the dip, everyone piling in here. Stock is up almost 11% today. Very nice. So let's go ahead and analyze now. So first of all, we do have a gap up today at 858. So that would be a bearish indicator that is telling us this stock should come back down to 858 eventually to fill that gap. But on the bullish side, this looks like a possible bull flag in the making here. No confirmation just yet, but if this is in fact a bull flag, that's a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock may want to break out to the upside. And this also looks like a possible cup and handle in the making. There can be multiple possible tops. Top of the cup could be 1,055, 1,115, or 1,205. And the bottom of the cup would be around 800. So it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. Those are all bullish indicators that is telling us this stock may run back up to one of those tops to fill the cup. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is sitting on the support of 937, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 949, 967, 985, 1001, 1019, 1026, 1043, 1055, 1065, 1079, and then 1100. There is resistance above 1100, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 926, 910, 900, 883, 871, 851, 830, 816, and then 798. There is support below 798, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 937, the channels to the upside are pretty wide up until 1,020. So from 937 up to 1,020, expect significant price action. And then after 1,020, it goes back to normal. And to the downside, from 870 down to 798, the channels are pretty wide. So expect a significant amount of price action between 871 and 798. And then after 798, the channels go back to normal. So expect a regular amount of price action after 798. RSI is currently at 45, so a little below average, but according to the RSI, this current price of 937 is around fair market value. And this did 35 million in volume today, which is exactly at the average. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. Long term, this is definitely a great stock. It is Tesla, blue chip value and growth stock. But in the short term, I do think this will eventually come back down to 858, where the gap was created today. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, personally, I would hold off and set my buy orders around 858. It may go up, but eventually I do think it will come back down to 858 to fill this gap. Previously, there was a gap at 850 set all the way back in October, and it took about 3 months to get back there, but eventually it did. So same thing for this new gap at 858. This may keep running to the upside for a little bit, maybe not, but eventually I do think it will come back down to 858. So that's where I would set my buy orders. And if it pulls back below 858, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. And again, longer term, this is a great stock. So really, I have no problems with you guys buying in at this current price, 937. But I do think if you're a little patient, you should be able to get this back at 858. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Again, I think this will come back down to 858, but there's no telling how long it's going to take to come back down there. And generally speaking, historically, shorting Tesla has been a really bad idea. Many people have tried, they got burned, and you really don't want to short a blue chip value stock like this. Pretty much everyone likes it. Apes love it, institutions love it, so you'd be betting against the whole market, and I don't really think that's such a smart idea. So you may be able to make 10% on the short side here, but I really don't think the risk is worth the reward. I would say going short on Tesla here would be a high risk, low reward play. Just doesn't make too much sense. You'd be shorting for not too much money and exposing yourself to a lot of upside risk. So while it can work out, I don't think it's a good idea, so I would not do that and I would not recommend that. So congratulations to everyone who made money on the stock today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is TSLA Tesla. So here is KSCP Knightscope. This finishes at $21.40 today. That is up 31.37%. So I really don't know too much about this company. Apparently it's a robotics company. Just IPO'd 3 days ago. But this was trending top 10 on StockTwits today. Major price action. So we will discuss it. So there's really not too much to analyze here. This actually hit 27.5 at the high today, and has since pulled back pretty significantly, but still finishes up over 30%. Huge day today. So really the only thing I can see here is this gap up formed today at $16.30. So that's a bearish indicator that is telling us this stock should come back down to $16.30 eventually to fill that gap. And also in the aftermarket here, this is pulling back down to $20.50. So that's another bearish indicator that is telling us this stock will probably sell off tomorrow. So just my opinion, not financial advice, guys. What I'm going to say here is generally how I feel about IPOs in general. This doesn't really have to do with the stock itself. But generally speaking, when stocks IPO, they tend to run up a little bit the first few days of trading, but eventually they do tend to come back down lower than the IPO price. So this may keep running higher in the short term, but eventually it's going to have to give back. I do think it will come back down to $16.30 to fill the gap, and even lower than that. I think it's going to come back down below $6 because that was the IPO price. I may be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, but generally speaking, this is what happens with IPOs. So I really don't expect anything too different from this one. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, it may have more upside potential, but going long at this point would be a straight up gamble, not really an investment. I would say going long here is a high risk, high reward play. Personally, I wouldn't do it. It may go really good, it may go really bad, but I think the better play is to stay away from this on the long side here. Like I said, gap up, aftermarket action, and generally how IPOs trade all seems pretty bearish to me right now. So personally, I would not go long on this stock right now. But if you guys want to do it, please do that at your own risk. I will say, if you do want to go long, if you believe in the stock, I would hold off for a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months. Just observe the price action, watch when this starts to bottom out, catch support, and looks like it's going to reverse, then come in and make your move. I don't expect that to happen for a couple weeks to a couple months, but eventually you should be able to get this at a way better price than $21.40. Probably way lower than $6. So I don't like going long at $21.40, but if you're a little patient, you should be able to get this at a much better price. Just hold off a little bit here. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, it is a bit risky at the moment because this may keep running to the upside. But again, I do expect this to come back down to $16.30 and even below $6 in the coming months here. So I do think going short is a really excellent play as long as you can withstand some more upside potential here. So if you're bankrolled for it, if you can take a hit here for the possible upside risk, I do think going short would be a really excellent play. You should be easily able to make 20% here at least if/when this comes back down to $16.30. And personally, I do think it will come back down below $6. And if this does come back down to $6, that would be a 70% downside. So I would support going short at this current price, $21.40. I think that's a really excellent entry. But again, please do that if you're able to withstand a hit from the upside here, because this may keep on going to the upside in the short term. But I do think this will pull back below $6 in the coming months here. So again, I don't really have anything personal against the stock itself. I really don't know much about it, but this is just my opinion based on how IPOs trade in general. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice, but this does look pretty bearish to me in the short term, so secure the gains. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is KSCP Knightscope. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.